Good afternoon and welcome to the Imps TING podcast with yours truly, Cornell Bribant. Today I'm doing a match preview of Lincoln City versus MK Dons today. Obviously for me, we have had such an impressive start to the season. To win games at this present time has really shown what team we're going to be like this season. And to beat Bradford and to set up a dream tie against Liverpool, and when we beat Liverpool, we could face Leicester City or Arsenal. I would love it to be Leicester City against Jamie Vardy because obviously Jamie Vardy and Rebecca Vardy have a mansion house here in Lincoln because there are some top notches that do live here in Lincoln. But on the other hand, then every time you look at Arsenal, you think like that 5-0 defeat against them at the Emirates Stadium was still taunting in our heads a little bit. But we have nothing to fear in those games, whoever we get. But as I said, we have to focus on tomorrow's game against MK Dons. So on today's Imps Ting podcast, I'm going to be talking about my predicted lineups, my predicted scoreline, and my opinions on for tomorrow's game and who could start and who may not start. So without further ado, please leave a like and a subscribe to my YouTube channel. Leave a comment as well on who do you think will start against MK Dons at the MK Stadium tomorrow for us Mighty Imps and why. And also leave a like as well, which would be very appreciated. So without further ado, let's get on with the Imps Ting podcast. So my predicted lineup for the Mighty Imps tomorrow will be Alex Palmer in goal because of his impressiveness in goal. Impressive saves after saves, how well he's mixed and blended to Michael Appleton's style of play, how Appleton wants him to play in goal, of course, and also I just feel that he's going to so improve on his season-long loan with us Imps, and there's more to come from him this season. Despite that, Ethan Ross is still, injured, but obviously he's been training with the club and with the team as well. It's going to be very, very hard for Michael Appleton to choose who is his number one. Is it Palmer or is it Ethan Ross? For me, I'll go for Palmer because Alex Palmer, for me, the more times he keeps on playing, the more better he's going to be. And the more better goalkeeper he's going to be. So for me, I'm going Alex Palmer to do this. So Alex Palmer for me will be in goal for the Mighty Imps tomorrow. At right back, obviously Aaron Lewis is the obvious choice because Aaron Lewis brings the fire, he brings the passion, he brings the pride and the ability to run at defenders and put crosses into the box. But for me, I think there will be a couple of changes for tomorrow going into the MK Dons game. So I'm going to go with Alex Bradley for me because Alex Bradley is going to get better and better and better. I mean, despite that TJ Ulmer is also brilliant at operating at right back as well. But I think giving Alex Bradley a chance shows that he will get better and better and better, despite that he could be going out on loan, just like Jordan Adebo-Smith, which I'm a bit disappointed, but it's okay. Appleton knows what he's doing. Alongside in the Imps defense, Motsama I'm going with as well because Lewis Motsama has been so extremely monstrous for us this season, and to make those appearances in the League One and in the Carabao Cup as well is amazing to watch. Alongside Motsama as well, I've gone with Adam Jackson because of how he played against Bradford and of course against Scunthorpe United, of course, because those two link up so well together, and with them in our squad, they were going to be absolutely dominant. I mean, I'm not saying Joe Welsh is good as well. He's fantastic as well, but every time you look at Adam Jackson, it's just so different with him. Him and Motsama are just dangerous to watch. So for me, it's going to be Motsama and Jackson at the back. On the left side, I'm going with Sean Ruffahan. Hopefully, Max Melbourne is fully fit to start tomorrow, but I have a feeling he'll be safe for the Liverpool game. So for me, I'm going with Ruffahan for me because he's the next Kean Bolger. I mean, we have a replacement already for Bolger already, and Ruffahan is that guy to take that. And with him, is going to be so different with him, and the more better he gets, the better he's gonna be. So that's the defense for the Imps, and then in midfield could be a shuffle. The question is, will Liam Bridcutt start tomorrow? I believe that he could start tomorrow, but for me, I would rest him for the Liverpool game. Still play Conor McGrandles in midfield. Still play James Jones. But I think, Zach Zebedee is obviously going to get the opportunity to step forward for Harry Anderson, because obviously Harry Anderson is still injured. But for me personally, I play a free midfield. Obviously, I'll definitely go with McGrandles, like I said, James Jones for me, and then I'm going to go with Zebedee for me, because at one point, every time you look at Zebedee, Zebedee's got the ball instinct of a cross to create. But every time you look at Theo Archibald, in the other hand, Theo Archibald deserves to start. But for me personally, I'm going with Zach Adebo-Zebedee, because with Zach Adebo-Zebedee, there is an opportunity that things will change with him in this team. So for me, it's going to be McGrandles, Jones, and Zach Adebo-Zebedee for me in the midfield, just to make things a lot more easier for Lincoln. Definitely up front for me on the left side, it's going to be George Grant, because George Grant operates so well out wide. Not that he doesn't operate when he's not out wide, when it's like either a 4-4-2 or a 4-3-3. But for me, George Grant for me will be on the left, and then on the right side is going to be Scully, because when those two are in out wide, it is a totally different game. And definitely for me, up top in the middle, Callum Morton's been very impressive, despite it was fantastic for him to gain his confidence against Bradford in scoring the 5th goal. But for me personally, I'm definitely going to go for Tom Hopper. So for me, it's going to be Scully, Hopper, and George Grant up front against the MK. For me, we're going to beat them. So my prediction going into this game is going to be a 3-0 win, because we can beat anybody when the players put their mind to it. And not only that as well, we so believe that everything will go our way. And everything will go our way this season. Yes, we shouldn't be too overly confident on Lincoln and the players, because there will be a team out there that will show, you may not going to dominate this league, but we'll beat all the odds. Anything is possible for Lincoln. And whoever comes in before deadline day, it's going to be probably loan backups as well, which could see Alex Bradley and Adebo Smith go out on loan, and maybe a couple more right backs and left backs, and maybe one more defender, basically just as a backup in case Welsh and Motsuma and TJ Omer and Jackson get injured, which would be alright. But I think the main part of it is the attack-minded player. As long as we can get an attack-minded player, then we'll be fine. But for me personally, that is who I think. But the score for tomorrow's game is going to be a 3-0 win to the mighty Lincoln. We are going to the MK Dons Stadium. Not us fans, because it's disappointing we can't be there. But we Imps fans are going to be watching on the iFollow. The players are going to go onto the pitch, and they're going to prove to MK Dons that we can beat them. It's going to be interesting to see. If the fans were probably there, I know McGrandles probably would have got a kind of good reception, because he was their best player for them last season. But he's with us now, and things are going to change with those two, with him and Jones in our team. Not forgetting Bridcutt as well. Liam, AJ, Tracey, Bridcutt. But we are going to beat MK Dons. We are going to crush MK Dons, and we are going to get the 3 points, and we're going to take that 3 points, and we're going to take it back to the LNER Stadium, back to Lincoln. Everybody is going to wait. Not just that, is going to be cheering and running around their rooms when they see Lincoln City beat MK Dons. And when we are done with MK Dons, we are going to beat Liverpool FC next Thursday at the LNER Stadium, and we're going to show up. Fans won't, because it's disappointing. There might be Imps fans may go to the pub or just watch it on Sky at home. We are going to win. Just like tomorrow, we are going to beat MK Dons. We are going to destroy MK Dons, and we're going to show MK Dons that we are not afraid, and we will take anybody on, just like we're going to take on MK Dons tomorrow. So if you like this video, you like this Imps TING podcast, please leave a like and a subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Leave a comment down below and give me your predictions of what the score's going to be for Lincoln tomorrow, and also your predictions of who may start tomorrow for the mighty Lincoln. Keep on supporting the mighty Imps, and everything is going to go well. Up the mud, Ting Imps. Boom.